Hello everyone, so picking off where we last were, I am going to be finishing the Leaving Moghome quest by going up there by the Aetheryte, which means traversing my way up here, but before I do that I'm going to speak with Mogret here, who has the first quest for the Aether Current for us, and Mogret is in desperate need of a bath, as I say that super slowly. Anyhow, have you ever bathed in the water in the northeast? Of course not, because a gang of burly Fropkins has been attacking any who goes near them, Kupo. If you were kind enough to slay a few, that might. If you were kind enough to slay a few, that might scare them away, giving me time for a dip in the waters. And so that basically is over that way, and we have to go that way anyway. I will also be using the Aether Current compass, if I can find it on my hotbar. Do I even have it out on my hotbar? Oh, yes, that's it, there. I will probably off camera when I do the side quest video collect the Aether Currents, unless of course I happen to find them as I go. Anyway. Estinian. Enough talk, let us leave this risible place behind us. Elfino. We have tarried over long, let us forge ahead as swiftly as we may, lest Ishgard bear the brunt of the Horde's fury. Sael. The closer we come to Hraesvelgr, the higher my spirits rise, but is it I who am elated, or Saint Shiva? Well, we'll find out. Have you said your goodbyes, and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are indeed ready to go. Do-do-do. As expected, they all say the same thing, but doesn't hurt to check. And we have a gear here again, and we see the different ones here. I actually kind of like this one and this one. This is the one that I went with on my main character because I was still playing through as Paladin, but since I am currently playing as Dragoon, I actually quite like this one, so I'm probably going to go with this one. Because if we also do the item comparison, we see that the eye level is a lot higher, and the strength, actually it has some different stats. It has critical hit instead of determination, and vitality, direct hit, and strength are all improved. And determination is the only difference, and critical hit is probably the better thing to do right now because we died. Anyway, Moghan, the road to Zenith. Moghan has volunteered to lead you to Zenith. As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Hraesvelgr's attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big palace where you need to blow the horn. First things first, though, we need to make for Asah. Oh, and watch out for the rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing, Kupo. Just maybe. And oh, I see we have another quest over here, and this is most likely another Aether Current one, so I'm of course going to pick that up. And of course that fate has to spawn. Moxie. And I'm right, it is a Aether Current. Moxie is gazing fearfully at the road to Asah. Assuming I'm saying that right. You aren't thinking of heading toward Asah, are you? Best watch yourself if you are. Archosaurs stalk the road looking for an easy meal. If only someone could drive them away, Kupo. Oh, you seem the type for dragon hunting. Why don't you slay 3 of the Archosaurs and open the road pack up for the Moogle traffic? Once the deed is done, let Mogmonta in Asah know. And, of course, that is currently on the way, so that works perfectly. And apparently I need to kill those, the bathing bully. Okay, well, I might as well do this fate, or at least part of it anyway. As in, I will kill the ones that I need and then go on my way. Because that beats having to travel over that way, even though I probably have to do that anyway. Also helps if you use all your skills too. I'm hoping that one doesn't see me. And if we're lucky, it won't. Come on, just need to kill this one more. There we go. And I'm out of here. Hop up onto my chocobo and we'll start maneuvering our way around. I think we can head up this way and go there. Possibly. Quite frankly, don't remember how to traverse my way around here as well. Because I can fly in these areas, and because I remember it being a bit of a pain in the butt. That's not a tiny dragon. But I do see an ether current there, so I'm going to hop my way down somehow. Oh, I see. I need to go down there anyway. So back down we go. I think I can make my... Oh, no, we can't go that way. Okay, that's good to know. We are floating on clouds, so that's... Okay, so I do have to go that way. Good. So I guess it is a good thing that I killed those... whatchamacallits there. I was thinking what I was seeing was a fate, but it's actually a fight that we're supposed to do. And then just over there is an ether current. One of the nice things of having a better computer is that you can actually have those things spawning in. Whereas my old computer wasn't good enough to be able to spawn in that distance, if that makes sense. Render. That's it. That's the words I'm looking for. You couldn't render... Wait, didn't I say that? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Just ignore me. Okay, and that's done. I assume that's all there is. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna grab that ether current. And I'm guessing we have to head that way. Or this way, I guess. So I'm gonna jump on to my chocobo again, if I remember what button it is. Other thing I'm going to do is if I have anything on me, I do. And use one of those because I might as well be getting some extra experience just to make sure, because if we look at the oops, that's not what I wanted. I want to click on that. We look at it's at level 54 and I'm currently only level 54, so I'm going to have to level up soon and continue on, otherwise I'm going to catch up to the storyline faster than I have levels. That said, I do have a number of different classes that are almost level 60. I didn't level them to level 60 intentionally, and we'll see later on as to why. I think we have to head that way later. There we go, and I think we need one more, and we can see on the minimap there that there's a whole bunch of them over this way. Oops. Perfect. And then we need to head this way. Let's see if there's an ether current. So, southwest. That is this way. I'm guessing it's probably up there, maybe? You can see the ether current over there. I mean, the etherite. Oh, yeah, there is. Well, ironically, the ether current is right there. I did say I was going to do it off of camera, but since they're like literally on the way. I think that's why I like this particular area, but that's probably also because the devs realized how insane it is to traverse here. Oh, we have a moss dragon in waiting. Oh, we actually have two of them. I didn't even notice that. Fortunately, these ones are not as strong as the other guys, so I'm not concerned about them. And we have another Aether Current to the west, which is also the direction we need to go. As you can see, there is some ruins here. Of course, it's also nighttime, so you can't really see. But as we approach it, heading up here, and yes, there are moss dragons, and that's fine. That's a fate way back by the Aether Current. I didn't expect to have it completed, but now we also have the summoning stone, so if I want quick travel, I can do that. Mogmont, is that someone from below? How did you get past the Archosaurs infesting the road? What? Mogsy asked you to slay them for him. It's just like him to depend on the kindness of strangers. We've barely been able to venture outside of Asah for fear of being attacked. Now thanks to you, our roads are just a little safer, Kupo. As I stumble over all my sentences and words and pigeons and turnips, and as you can see, this is another little Moogle settlement thing. And before I do anything, I should Moogle, mender, and merchant. I should repair my gear. As you can see, it's being used quite a bit. And apparently I haven't repaired a lot of my stuff. Oh, that reminds me. What is my machinist at? Machinist. Level 51. Okay, so I have a few levels to go before I can use that one. That one is so much more easy. So much easier than I thought it was, and I also have a lot of work to do with my Dark Knight, but that's easy enough because Dark Knight is also pretty easy once you kind of actually read the skills and what they do and sort of arrange it how you play with your other classes. And of course you start with that one and then you kind of set those ones about that. And I see an Aether Current right there. Do you see the sculpture of the south and west of here? I'm all but certain it has carved of the likeness of Saint Shiva. Stinian. Never would I have believed that so much land lay hid above the clouds. Terrania is not as I imagined it. Elfino. The histories make no reference to the existence of these ruins. Curious. Most curious. Of course they wouldn't. They've been stricken out of the history books. I mean, hi. Things were a bit bitey for a while there, but I think we've arrived in one piece, Kupo. I wonder what has the dragon so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse but they seem worse than usual. And as I said, I'm going to yoink that one. And I'm actually going to equip it. Right. I don't think I have anything. You see, that's actually better. And Moghan. And we have others. We have machinists and whatnot. Then we have the healing ones, and then the summoning ones. I think I went with the healing one just because I liked it of the three. I mean, that is kind of cool, but it's not my style of wearing. And then the alternative is wearing buying this, but these you can sell on the market board and make a little bit more money than what this is, so that's 5x5. So that's only, what, 2,500 gold? Right? Yeah, that's only 2,500 gold. Whereas this is probably selling for at least 5,000 or more. Probably. That's my guess anyway. Anyhow, Moghan seems fretful about the weather. We may have a small problem, Kupo. When the winds are high like this, Hraesvelgr invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. If you try blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down. And thus we will do that. And as you can see, there are quests here, but I'm not going to be picking them up. And I almost forgot about that Aether Current. I will grab this, however. And so we have 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go, and 4 quests. And of course, one of them is back there, but I will do that afterwards. Because, as you can see, as we're approaching, there is another Aether Current there. Let's hop up onto my... I really like the music here, and I could listen to it while I'm riding my mount, but I don't want to change the settings because I forget how to do that. And actually, it's probably pretty easy to do. I'm just lazy. Right, so we need to go this way. We'll make our way that way afterwards. There's a few quests in between, I believe. Or at least one anyway. It's basically kind of traveling to make sure you get this part cleared. Compass. To the south, see, we're getting our Aether Current over here. I think I didn't think to do this before when I was playing this originally, and it was a pain in the butt having to traverse back over here. This kind of makes consistent sense, because as you can see, we needed to go over here anyway, because they're right there. As I yabber and jabber some more. Okay, so let's speak with the sail. And now the very elements conspired to delay our meeting with Hraesvelgr. I must be patient. Okay, Chocobo, you're in my way. Thank you. Stydian. Who can say when the weather will turn? I have a mind to make camp. Well, ironically, that's what we do. Oh no, the fates make mock of us. To be so close. Get used to it. Okay. This should do nicely, Kupo. The winds will likely have died down by tomorrow, but until then we might as well make ourselves comfortable. If we must interrupt our journeys to so close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. And mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help to clear our minds in the readiness for the coming parley. Very well then, I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Coerthas. Humph. Clear our mind? 'Tis Master Elfino whose mind needs clearing. The thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Do you see him stroll away as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Celebrine, and see that the wildfire does not make a meal of our young friend. Or wildlife, not wildfire. What? We will have the camp ready by the time you return. Yes, sir. Sail. Do you see the blah blah blah? I'm pretty sure you already said that. Again. You know, Stydian may not be as bad as I thought, Kupo. Under all those horrid spikes, he actually has a soft spot for his companions. Just a small one, mind. Oh, and don't tell him I told you, alright? Master Elfinode's heartless quest for firewood is like to get him killed. I suggest you follow after the boy and see that no harm comes to him. And thus we are to seek him out, I guess, over that way and that way. So naturally, back we go this way. Which isn't such a big deal, but it is when you get spotted by beasties and you have to fight and whatnot. I mean, it isn't such a bad thing either when you need to level, now that I think of it. I'm going to use that too, so I don't run out. Right, so the first location is over here, and we have another beastie, that's fine. Melia Matron. I'll say zoom out a little bit more. Okay. And that's it for that one. And now we just need to head over to this side. I'm not going to hop up onto my mount because there's no point, and you can see someone else is probably doing exactly the same thing that I just did. Probably. Maybe. Oh, no, maybe not. So we need to head up here, and oh, look at that. There's another aether current. Perfect. I hope there wasn't one over there and I didn't see it. I'll find out shortly. After I get this one. Oops. Apparently I'm not utilizing my skills very well there. Perfect. Okay, hippity hop. Should be able to reach that. I am indeed able to. Okay, an aether current. Next one is... Okay, so we have some distance to go, so now we need to head back to the camp. Obviously we didn't see Elfino on our way, so that means he's either dead or he made it back. Take your pick which one it is. Oh wait, he's right there, so never mind. Elfino. Hi. Leave the firewood to me. Okay, well, hurry up and make your way back. You're welcome for killing the trees. I think my biggest annoyance for this area was the amphitheater. Because that's what I call them. Except it's like amphitheater or something like that. Dragons. I call them the amphitheater though. Just because of this area. Anyway, Astinian. I see I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Elfino returns with the wood, we can see about supper. The ice queen has filled a pot with what looked like stew ingredients, ready for fire. Ready for the fire. Look at that. You actually found some sticks worthy of a fire. A few things compared to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. Ha! So speaks the great explorer. Until recently, you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with kindling and flint. 'Tis well you instructed me so patiently, then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to Asah with a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlian dignitary, and alongside my twin became the youngest student ever to be accepted into this studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers, how ignorant of mine own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the science. We all of us are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men lay down their lives never knowing what it is that they fight for? Never questioning that which they have been taught to believe. It was only upon meeting Hraesvelgr that I learned the truth hidden within our story. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would never have vowed to tear down the Holy See and expunge the falsehood with which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. That the truth has driven me to do terrible things, I cannot deny. But I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetuating a needless war. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's convictions in the face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. You are well on your way, Master Elfino. At your age, I was but a fool swinging a spear, with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now, I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have labored. Sitting here amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that, such an age existed. We are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant of how the Dragon Song War began, but if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I can say for certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. In my hands resides the power to vanquish a great Wyrm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself. Orders and all. Estinian, you gave your word. My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Hraesvelgr of the righteousness of your cause. Doubt not but that I shall, Dragoon. Well, when's willing, we shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the rising of the sun. And with that, we will grab that one, I guess. That scene always reminds me of Final Fantasy X. We must succeed in winning Hraesvelgr to our cause. Lend me your resolve, Saint Shiva. Estinian. Whenever you are ready, warrior of light, full eager am I to gaze upon this great Wyrm. Elfino. I trust you are well rested, Celebrian. Good. If we are to parley with Hraesvelgr, we shall each have need of the full complement of our wits. I can speak. I can read. Mughead. And so we get pants associated with said gear set. So that's the fending one. That is the Lancer and Dragoon one, which I don't like. The Pugilist one and the Rogue and Ninja one, which is actually kind of cool. But I'm probably going to go for the fending one just because I like it better. It's too bad it's not all classes, because that would actually work really well with the Lancer one. Anyway, Mughead is gazing meaningfully at the path to Zenith, and the title of the quest is Heart of Ice. The campfire was so cozy. I must have fallen asleep, Kupo. But do you feel how the winds have shifted? They will have borne Hraesvelgr back to the skies of Zenith. I'm sure of it. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace and summon him with a toot on that shiny horn. So, I'll be heading back now if it's all the same to you. Good luck, Kupo. It was nice knowing you. And so we need to make our way to Zenith, which is this over here. And let's not fall down ravines and holes and other things that will not kill us unless we're in combat. But, could quite easily kill us. Okay, so I'm gonna make my way over here as we see someone else on the Ixian Mount. So we see a summoning stone there for the flighty, birdie, whatever. Actually, I don't think I've ever used one of these before. Anyway, attune to that. And if I can attune to the Aetheryte, I will do so. And as you can see, this place is huge. And I'm gonna make this my home point. And so now we need to travel our way up here and around and up and whatnot. that we've made our way, I'm actually going to get the Aether Current first, and then speak with them. Lucille. And be resolved, Saint Shiva. Oops, as I accidentally take a screenshot. Elfino, so this is the place. And Estinian, who's behind a player. It is Time Warrior of Light. Destination.
This Lucy Anwar.
Hraesvelgr.
S in M-R. Wayne M-E-R. Scholar.
By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Hraesvelgr, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva. But speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me.
Enya. Lis umwes. Anheshi eski. En eski anshis mi eski.
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn!
Anga. Esklai full. Inesh ineshilai. Kanukish esole. Non shi esh olin. Inesh in eldu olin. I'm for is eil ni an il ankin. Lisnesk nedi dranan. Eskian unkin nesh. Ikin nesh Nesk esh ed all. Esk esh easy lis nice.
Then the spirit that answered me.
Ntene. Esh edi in eski. Non esi somi shisi shi.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelgr, Izel's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
Nten I el gain. Kakole son in. Shusk star ishiste. Stusk in. N asai in musk. Esk ein isor ul a, dran il ul esk afashi. Fia ainikinu, losken stari straridran, lar hesne schnell. Tohamaftar, feskdu for one istrasi, on lis esta ithon. Sai if in ned, or ratatoska, stray ul mornin. Seski anuman lisna, kasea, ned monikel, eskian, hesnesh is hesnes asnist. Is lufta, sit fra antu Bish an elra. Sithmon I ratatoska nisheg ed, for always endar. Kal Eikmon thorn en Yui, ale fei in leita, working ishkin in. San es shisnishka, stadrana Snodoan kin ulteta ma azmurnish.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
Mixai eski listain, non miki shisikin, kua ala ein el. Sai an ulsina an thornizeg. Non wo I alamon a. Skor esk nik I es. Nes so I an in, do in an, olodra.
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Sale, orn I nesh I ratatoska kin for erna. Sith is nesh dokin an.
Then, the seed lies within us.
Is ros esh idran, oloson inizeg. Non nish I esk diedran en, wa ulwa skola es alakin el andranken, mondo.
Ye gods! I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment. But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain!
War ulmon ala an as drao. Smain, Kor Thrahal Sesknoni, Se'an, Inkilisek.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance. An eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
In ice in Drago, Ale Inia in.
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
Ja, Lies as an in la tu ole in an hers isu. Mik du set in soli, nosta no lis as dui forfa in. An isi a uldran as nisek for. In lai as nesh I an iratatoska. In sith son ishi eskfa ulgar los an. Snosk for an non an lis I an. Skål ilens an. Skål.
And speaking with Ysael, what false god is this Shiva? What manner of phantom have I welcomed into my heart? Estinian. As predicted, Iceheart's faith in the Wyrm was misplaced, which leave us with but one recourse. You know I have the right of it, Warrior of Light. Elfinod. Hraesvelgr was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power. The will behind his words so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue. 'Tis but a pity that I misliked what he said. So far did we travel, even unto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children, and far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned serve only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course. Elfino. And we have the gear for, well, the pants for the healing and the summoning and the machinist archers and bards and whatnot. I kind of like that one. Let's see that. Yeah, we'll probably go with that one. Anyway, Elfino is considering your party's next course of action.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word, and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Wyrm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And with 2 Azure Dragoons working in unison, who can say what might be possible? But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the Wyrm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
That I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
Usael, what false god is the Shiva? What manner of phantom have I welcomed into my heart? Again, speaking the same thing, and so we need to head over here. And so that takes us to here, where naturally we have another fight. And I didn't mention it before, but I obviously didn't speak any of Hraesvelgr's lines. Somewhat intentionally. Can't really emulate dragon voicing at all. I'd probably butcher it with my speaking. That's how I looked at it anyway. And you can kind of see better. Oh, that's a bright sun and very game-like. Anyway, I was gonna show you the ruins over here. Can't really see it because of the sun there. So we need to head over this way now. And I think we're heading up over that way. And that takes us over here where you can see we have yet another fight. Shocking. And we see a giant dinosaur. Why? Because there's a fate. We're going to avoid that dinosaur. Because dinosaur's scary. Worried. Hide. Not really. It's actually not too bad, although I'm not at a very efficient level to fight it right now, I believe. And so we've discovered a new location. And yes, we do have an either current somewhere around here. And we have another fight, shocking. And we have a beastie behind us. And this time it actually spawns another one. There we go, and I'm gonna just take a peek up here if I can spot the Aether Current. Maybe it's a little further up. Southwest. That's this way. I apparently passed it. I have to have... Is it on this side? Ah, yes, there it is. The only reason I'm doing that is because, as you can see, we are 2 away and 4 quests. Well, technically 3 quests. And that's probably one of them. The other one being needing to be turned in over there. And we see yet another ruins. And a Moogle there, which we will speak to, and another Aether Current. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be spotted. That's fine. As long as oh, never mind. I was like, as long as only one spots us. Let's see. Oh, that one's... There we go. That's fine. And south, so that's probably somewhere over there. That's for another time. We are going to talk to Estinian first, and then we'll talk to Margaret, the Moon-Eyed Moogle, maybe, depending on what Estinian says. Yes, Alphino. Estinian, pray tell me I am wrong. Estinian.
Is that it?
Aye, that would be the Eyrie. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye, his caustic hatred gnawing at my soul. 'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the Primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated. Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. It will be just like the good old days, no?
And we're actually going to leave that video here. And so I'll pick up that quest over there, and I'll turn in the other Aether Current one over here, and speak with Estinian and Alphino in the next video. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching!